Have you ever laid awake at night, staring at the ceiling while your thoughts ran wild, wondering if you're doing the right thing? Asking yourself, why is nothing working? What if everything falls apart? What if I'm not strong enough? Your mind spins in every direction, searching for peace, but instead, you feel trapped. If you're overthinking too much, it might be because Allah wants you to stop. Not because He's ignoring you, but because He wants you to trust Him. Overthinking is one of the most common struggles of our time. You overthink your decisions, your mistakes, your future, your worth, your relationships, everything. And slowly, it wears you down. You lose sleep. You lose peace. You lose direction. But here's something we often forget. We'll explore 4 powerful signs that Allah is lovingly pulling you away from the storm of overthinking and guiding you back to peace, faith, and surrender. These signs are not just feelings. They are divine messages wrapped in your everyday life. So stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear may change how you see your problems, your thoughts, and even your relationship with Allah. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers so that you never miss a reminder that your heart might need at the perfect moment. 1. You feel mentally tired, no matter how much you think. Sometimes life feels like a race that never ends. You wake up thinking about your problems. You go to sleep with those same thoughts in your heart. Your mind keeps running, trying to find a way out, but the answers don't come. No matter how much you try to solve everything, the peace you're searching for doesn't arrive. This tiredness in your mind, this exhaustion in your heart, it's not just stress, it's a sign from Allah. Overthinking is a heavy weight that you're not meant to carry forever. When it becomes too much, and you feel like you can't take it anymore, Allah is not being silent. In fact, He's trying to bring you back to what really gives peace, and that is remembrance of Him. Overthinking often comes from fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of making the wrong choice. You start to think about everything that could go wrong. You replay conversations, regret decisions, and stress about the future. But here's the truth. No matter how many times you think about it, you cannot change the past, and you cannot control the future. Only Allah can. And that's exactly why He wants you to stop overthinking. Because He knows that it's hurting you, and He's offering you something better: trust. Allah is more merciful than anyone who has ever shown you kindness. He sees what your heart is going through, even when no one else does. He hears the silent cries you never share, and when He sees that your thoughts are starting to harm you, He gently redirects your heart. That tiredness you feel in your chest, that quiet sadness you hide with a smile. Those are signs that you need Him more than you need answers. They are signs that you must stop depending on your mind alone and start depending on your Lord. True peace doesn't come when all your problems are solved. True peace comes when you give your problems to Allah. When you say, "Ya Allah, I don't know how to fix this, but I trust that you do." That is where your power lies, not in thinking more, but in surrendering more. You were not created to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were created to walk humbly with your Lord, knowing that He has already written your story perfectly. You don't have to understand the plan, you just have to trust the planner. And how beautiful is it that our religion gives us this gift of peace? Islam doesn't ask you to kill your thoughts. It asks you to place them in better hands. In the hands of the One who never sleeps. The One who knows what you need even before you ask. The One who promised that your pain is not wasted. Allah knows the secrets of your soul. He knows the battles you fight when no one's watching. So if your mind is constantly tired and you keep overthinking, take a deep breath and pause. He is not pushing you away. He's pulling you closer. He wants you to stop hurting yourself with worry and start healing yourself with trust. He wants your heart to rest in Him. This is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of your surrender. And in that surrender, there is freedom. In that trust, there is power. And in Allah, there is always peace. 2. You've tried everything, but things still don't work. There comes a time in life when you feel like you've done all that you can. You've planned every detail, worked hard day and night, and made countless sacrifices. You've prayed, cried, begged, and waited. But still, nothing seems to move forward. The doors remain closed. The answers never come. And you start to wonder, why isn't anything working? This situation, while painful, is not a punishment. It's a powerful sign from Allah, a sign that He is gently guiding your heart away from depending on effort alone and leading it towards full trust in Him. When things don't go your way despite your best efforts, it doesn't mean you've failed. It means that Allah is reminding you, you are not in control. I am. As humans, we often tie our happiness to results. We say, if I get this job, I'll be okay. Or, if this relationship works, I'll be happy. But life is not always about outcomes. It's about submission. It's about realizing that no matter how perfect your plan is, if it's not what Allah wills, it won't happen. And even if your plan fails, if Allah is with you, you are still winning. Sometimes, Allah closes all the doors, not because He wants to break you, but because He wants you to turn to Him completely. When you hit a wall and nothing works, Allah is not punishing you. He's protecting you. Protecting you from pride, from relying only on yourself, from thinking that success comes from your efforts alone. In that moment of helplessness, you are being invited to taste the sweetness of tawakkul, trusting in Allah without needing to see the results first. This is not a small thing. It is a powerful shift. When your heart moves from, why isn't this working, to Ya Allah, I know you have a better plan, your entire life begins to feel lighter. You stop panicking. You stop trying to control what isn't in your hands. And most importantly, you start to feel a peace that the world can never give. There are many people who achieved their dreams, but still feel empty. And there are others who faced setback after setback, but their hearts shine with contentment. Why? Because the ones who trust Allah always win, even when the world says they've lost. Allah knows what your heart wants, but He also knows what your heart needs. He sees the full picture, past, present, and future. You only see a piece. So if He is stopping your plans, it is only because He has written something more perfect. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And when it comes, you'll look back and thank Him for not giving you what you once cried for. So don't give up. Don't think that your efforts are wasted. Allah sees every tear, every late-night prayer, every silent cry, and not one of them is lost. When things don't work out, trust that Allah's wisdom is working in ways your eyes cannot see. He's not late, He's just preparing something better. 3. You keep receiving unexpected reminders to have trust in Allah. Have you ever been in the middle of worrying about something, your future, your problems, your unanswered prayers, and suddenly you hear or see something that tells you, trust Allah? Maybe it's a verse on your social media feed. Maybe a friend says something comforting. Maybe you randomly hear a video where the speaker reminds you that Allah is in control. You weren't looking for it. You weren't expecting it. But it came at just the right moment, almost like it was sent just for you. That is not a coincidence. That is a sign. A sign that Allah wants you to stop overthinking and start trusting. These reminders are gifts from your Lord. They show that He hasn't forgotten you. He sees that your heart is struggling. He knows that your mind is full of doubt, fear, and questions. And so, He sends you these quiet messages, not to scare you, not to force you, but to gently bring you back to Him. Sometimes you feel lost, your mind is heavy, your heart is unsettled, and your soul feels far from peace. You might try to distract yourself, push through, or even give up. But just then, something happens, and it's as if Allah is speaking directly to you. A reminder appears. Put your trust in Allah. And for a moment, everything pauses. Your heart feels lighter, you breathe deeper, and you remember, Allah is with you. These reminders are not random. They are part of Allah's perfect plan for you. They are the small signs of His deep love and care. When you feel like you're slipping into hopelessness, He brings you back. When your faith feels weak, He gives it strength. When your mind is clouded with overthinking, He shines light through a simple sentence, a verse, or even a stranger's words. Why? Because He is the most merciful, and His mercy reaches your heart in the most personal ways. Every time you receive such a reminder, know that Allah is near. He is watching over your journey, and He is telling you, I am here. Let go of your worries. Trust me. That is the beauty of our relationship with Allah. Even when we forget Him, He does not forget us. Even when we are far from Him, He is close to us. And sometimes, when we can't hear His guidance through our thoughts, He speaks to us through the world around us. You may be wondering why you keep getting these reminders. It's simple. Allah knows that trust is a journey, not a switch. You don't go from fear to faith overnight. But with every reminder, He is pulling you closer. With every message that reaches your heart, He is softening it. Overthinking creates a storm in the heart. But trust, real trust in Allah, brings peace. These reminders are not just words. They are bridges from your confusion to clarity. They are ropes being thrown into the darkness to pull you toward the light. So the next time you come across a verse, a post, a message, or a conversation that reminds you to trust Allah, stop. Don't scroll past it. Don't ignore it. That may be the answer you've been crying for. That may be the moment your heart needed to hear. And that may be the exact way Allah is saving you from the weight of overthinking. 4. You feel a deep need to turn back to Allah. There are moments in life when, for no clear reason, your heart starts pulling you in a different direction. You could be walking through your usual day, distracted by work, studies, or social media, and suddenly, something shifts inside you, a feeling, a quiet yearning, and it says, come back to Allah. It doesn't come with a loud noise. It doesn't force you, but it keeps returning. It shows up late at night when you're alone. It comes when you're watching others live their lives but still feeling a strange emptiness inside you. It shows up after heartbreak, after loss, or even during success, when everything looks fine on the outside, but your soul is restless within. That deep, quiet urge you feel, the pull to pray again, to open the Quran, to ask Allah for help, is not just a feeling. It is a sign that Allah wants you to stop overthinking, stop running in circles, and finally come back to Him. It's His way of calling you, softly but surely. It's His mercy reaching into your heart even when you've been away. No matter how far you think you've gone, no matter how long it's been since you prayed, cried, or even believed that Allah was listening, when this feeling comes to you, know that it's from Allah. It's a gift not everyone receives, because when Allah loves someone, He guides them back to Him. And if you're feeling that urge right now, it's because He loves you. We often get stuck in our own heads, worrying about the past, fearing the future, drowning in doubts. We try to fix everything ourselves, but the anxiety never leaves. Why? Because the soul doesn't need more control. It needs more connection with its Creator. And when your soul cries out for Allah, that's your sign that your healing begins with Him. Sometimes people wonder, why am I feeling this way now? I've been so distant from Allah. I don't even deserve His mercy. But that's exactly what makes His love so special. He doesn't wait for you to become perfect. He welcomes you while you're broken, while you're confused, while you're drowning in your thoughts. That desire you feel to turn back to Him is the beginning of your peace. So if you're feeling the need to reconnect with Allah, don't ignore it. Don't delay it. Don't think you're not ready. Just take the first step, even if it's a small prayer. even if it's a tear that falls from your eye, even if it's just a whisper, Ya Allah, help me. That one whisper can change your life, because it means you're turning to the one who controls everything, your heart, your life, your future. Overthinking will never give your heart peace. Only Allah can do that. And if your heart is being pulled back to Him, it's because He wants to give you something better than you imagined, something greater than all your worries. Let go of the fear. Let go of the guilt. You don't need to be perfect to return. You just need to be sincere. That feeling deep inside, that desire to turn back, is not weakness. It's the beginning of your strength. It's the sign that your soul is waking up. It's Allah calling you, saying, "Come to me, and I will take care of you." If your heart has been heavy, if your mind has been racing, if your soul has been restless, maybe it's not just stress. Maybe it's Allah calling you back to something better, to His peace, to His plan, to His perfect timing. Each of these signs we talked about today is not a coincidence. They are invitations from Allah, reminders that you are never alone, that the one who created you is watching over you, guiding you, and gently telling you, "Stop carrying the weight alone, trust me." Sometimes all it takes is one sujood, one tear, one whispered dua, one moment of surrender, and everything begins to change. So stop overthinking, start trusting, and walk forward with faith, even if it's slow, even if you don't understand everything yet. Because Allah does, and that's all that matters. If this video touched your heart, if you found peace in these words, then please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers, your home for reminders that reconnect you with Allah.